If you're over 60 and eating what you think are normal food combinations, what I'm about to reveal could save your life. There are 3 common food pairings that millions of seniors consume together every day, never realizing these seemingly innocent combinations are creating prothrombotic environments in their bodies, literally triggering blood clots that can cause stroke, heart attack, and sudden death. I'm talking about foods that you've probably eaten together countless times without a second thought. One dangerous combination creates massive spikes in clotting factors while damaging your blood vessels. Another triggers dangerous interactions with blood pressure medications that can cause strokes. And a third creates unpredictable clotting chaos that makes blood-thinning medications either dangerously overactive or completely ineffective. Here's what's truly terrifying. These food combinations seem completely normal. They appear together on restaurant menus, in grocery stores, and in millions of kitchens across the country. Most people have no idea that eating these foods together creates a perfect storm of clotting risk that's particularly deadly for seniors whose blood vessels are already more vulnerable to damage. The medical research reveals shocking connections between these food combinations and blood clot formation, but this life-saving information is buried in medical journals while people continue eating these dangerous pairings every single day. I'm not here to eliminate all your favorite foods or make eating stressful. I'm here to expose 3 specific food combinations that medical research shows create dangerous clotting environments in your body. After 60, your blood naturally becomes more prone to clotting, your blood vessels become less flexible, and your body's ability to regulate clotting factors changes dramatically. Understanding these dangerous food combinations means you can continue enjoying these foods safely by simply avoiding eating them together or timing them differently. These aren't about eliminating foods from your diet. They're about protecting yourself from potentially deadly interactions that most people never consider. Let's expose the 3 most dangerous food combinations that can trigger blood clots, counting down from number 3 to the most deadly. Grapefruit plus leafy greens, the medication chaos creators. Grapefruit and leafy greens like spinach or kale might seem like the ultimate healthy combination, a vitamin C powerhouse paired with nutrient-dense vegetables. But for seniors taking blood-thinning medications, this combination creates unpredictable and dangerous clotting chaos that can lead to either life-threatening bleeding or sudden clot formation. A comprehensive 2021 JAMA Cardiology review emphasized the unpredictable clotting risks when vitamin K-rich foods are paired with grapefruit in medicated seniors. The research found that this combination creates such unstable clotting control that patients experienced both dangerous bleeding episodes and sudden clot formation, often within the same week. Here's how this seemingly healthy combination becomes deadly. Grapefruit contains powerful compounds called furanocoumarins that inhibit CYP3A4, an enzyme that your liver uses to metabolize many blood-thinning medications like warfarin. When you eat grapefruit, it essentially shuts down this enzyme, causing blood thinners to accumulate to dangerous levels in your bloodstream. At the same time, leafy greens are loaded with vitamin K, which directly counteracts blood-thinning medications by promoting clot formation. Vitamin K activates clotting factors that blood thinners are specifically designed to suppress. When you eat large amounts of leafy greens, you can essentially override your blood-thinning medication. The combination creates a dangerous push-pull effect where grapefruit makes your blood thinner medication overactive while leafy greens work against it. This creates unpredictable swings in your clotting ability that can be life-threatening. Your blood might be dangerously thin in the morning, leading to bleeding risk, then suddenly become prone to clotting in the afternoon. For seniors, this instability is particularly dangerous because aging blood vessels are more prone to both bleeding and clotting. The combination can trigger strokes through either mechanism, bleeding in the brain from overthin blood, or clots forming when the vitamin K overwhelms the medication's effects. Many seniors eat grapefruit for breakfast and have spinach salads for lunch, never realizing they're creating dangerous medication interference. The effects can last for days because grapefruit's enzyme inhibition persists long after you've finished eating it. Simple solution. If you're taking blood-thinning medications, avoid eating grapefruit and leafy greens on the same day. Space them at least 24 to 48 hours apart to prevent interaction. Always inform your doctor about your grapefruit consumption so they can adjust medication dosing appropriately. Consider timing blood tests after consistent dietary patterns to ensure stable medication levels. Aged cheese plus processed meats, the blood pressure and clotting bomb. Aged cheese paired with processed meats like salami, bacon, or pepperoni is a popular combination found on charcuterie boards, sandwiches, and appetizer platters. But this pairing creates a dangerous combination of sodium overload, nitrate exposure, and tyramine interaction that can trigger both dangerous blood pressure spikes and increased clotting risk. Research published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that nitrate-rich processed meats combined with tyramine-heavy aged cheeses significantly increased vascular inflammation markers in seniors. The study revealed that this combination creates arterial stiffness and promotes the formation of inflammatory compounds that make blood more likely to clot. Here's how this popular combination triggers clotting. Both aged cheeses and processed meats are extremely high in sodium, often containing 800–1,200 milligrams per serving each. When consumed together, they can deliver over 2,000 milligrams of sodium in a single meal, nearly your entire daily limit. This massive sodium load causes immediate blood pressure spikes that stress arterial walls and promote clot formation. But the danger goes beyond just sodium. Processed meats contain nitrates and nitrites that form inflammatory compounds in your body. These compounds damage the endothelium, the protective lining of your blood vessels, making them more prone to clot formation. When blood vessels are inflamed and damaged, they become sticky surfaces where clots can easily form and grow. Aged cheeses add another dangerous element, tyramine. This compound can cause severe blood pressure spikes, particularly in seniors taking certain medications like MAO inhibitors or some blood pressure drugs. These sudden pressure spikes can rupture weakened blood vessels or trigger clot formation in arteries that can't handle the sudden stress. The combination also promotes arterial stiffness, which reduces your blood vessels' ability to expand and contract normally. Stiff arteries can't accommodate normal blood flow changes, leading to turbulent blood flow that promotes clot formation. The inflammation from both foods compounds this effect, creating blood vessels that are both stiff and inflamed, perfect conditions for dangerous clots. For seniors, this combination is particularly dangerous because aging naturally increases arterial stiffness and inflammation. Adding the inflammatory burden from this food combination can push already vulnerable blood vessels into dangerous territory where clots form easily and frequently. Simple solution. Avoid combining aged cheeses with processed meats in the same meal. If you enjoy charcuterie boards, choose either aged cheese or processed meat, not both. Opt for fresh cheeses like mozzarella or ricotta instead of aged varieties when eating processed meats. Read labels carefully. Many seemingly innocent foods contain hidden nitrates and high sodium levels. Red meat plus alcohol. The prothrombotic storm. Red meat paired with alcohol tops our list as the most dangerous clot-triggering food combination because it creates what researchers call a prothrombotic environment, essentially turning your bloodstream into a clot-forming factory. This combination dramatically increases clotting factors while damaging blood vessels and impairing your body's natural clot prevention mechanisms. A groundbreaking 2020 study published in Thrombosis Research directly linked high saturated fat meals combined with alcohol to dangerous increases in fibrinogen levels, a key clotting factor that makes blood thick and sticky. The research found that this combination could increase clotting risk by over 200% within hours of consumption. Here's how red meat and alcohol specifically create clotting danger. Red meat is loaded with saturated fats that immediately increase LDL cholesterol levels and promote inflammation throughout your cardiovascular system. These saturated fats also make your blood more viscous, literally thicker and stickier, which promotes clot formation. When you add alcohol to this equation, you create multiple additional clotting risks. Alcohol impairs liver function, and your liver is responsible for producing proteins that regulate blood clotting. When liver function is compromised, these regulatory proteins become imbalanced, allowing clots to form more easily while reducing your body's ability to dissolve them naturally. But alcohol also promotes vascular inflammation that compounds the inflammatory effects of saturated fats from red meat. This double inflammatory hit damages blood vessel walls, creating rough, sticky surfaces where clots can easily attach and grow. The combination essentially turns your blood vessels into clot magnets. The metabolic effects are equally dangerous. Red meat requires significant energy to digest, and alcohol interferes with normal metabolism. This combination creates oxidative stress that further damages blood vessels while promoting the formation of inflammatory compounds that make clotting more likely. For seniors, this combination is particularly lethal because aging naturally increases clotting risk. Your blood vessels become less flexible, your liver becomes less efficient at producing clotting regulatory proteins, and your body's natural clot-dissolving mechanisms become less effective. Adding the prothrombotic effects of red meat and alcohol can overwhelm your body's ability to maintain safe blood flow. The timing makes this combination even more dangerous. Many people consume red meat and alcohol together in the evening, then remain sedentary while watching television or sleeping. This combination of clotting, promotion, and reduced movement creates perfect conditions for dangerous clots to form in your legs, which can then travel to your lungs or brain. Simple solution. Never consume red meat and alcohol in the same meal. If you're having a steak dinner, skip the wine and choose water or non-alcoholic beverages. If you're drinking alcohol, opt for fish, chicken, or plant-based proteins instead of red meat. Space red meat and alcohol consumption by at least 12 to 24 hours to allow your body to process one before introducing the other. These three dangerous food combinations create perfect storms for blood clot formation that most people never consider. Red meat plus alcohol creates prothrombotic environments with increased clotting factors and damaged blood vessels. Aged cheese combined with processed meats delivers sodium bombs and inflammatory compounds that promote arterial stiffness and clot formation. And grapefruit paired with leafy greens creates unpredictable medication interactions that can cause either dangerous bleeding or sudden clot formation. The pattern is clear. Foods that seem innocent or even healthy when eaten separately can become deadly when combined, particularly for seniors whose clotting systems are already more vulnerable to problems. Protecting yourself from blood clots doesn't mean eliminating all these foods from your diet. It means understanding how they interact and making smart choices about timing and combinations. You can still enjoy red meat, just not with alcohol. You can still eat aged cheese, just not with processed meats. And you can still consume grapefruit and leafy greens, just not together if you're on blood-thinning medications. Work with your healthcare provider to understand how your medications interact with foods, especially if you're taking blood thinners or blood pressure medications. Keep a food diary to track combinations and any symptoms you experience. Consider spacing these foods throughout different days rather than combining them in single meals. Remember, blood clots can form silently and strike without warning. They can travel to your lungs, brain, or heart, causing life-threatening emergencies in minutes. By avoiding these dangerous food combinations, you're taking proactive steps to protect your cardiovascular system and potentially save your life. The goal isn't to live in fear of food, but to make informed choices that support rather than sabotage your circulatory health. Small changes in how you combine foods can have profound effects on your clotting risk and overall cardiovascular safety. Take control of your clotting risk today by implementing these simple but powerful dietary strategies. Your blood vessels and your life may depend on avoiding these hidden dangers lurking in seemingly innocent food combinations.